Which legendary Reddit post, comment can you still not get over? Someone in r/homeowners trying to get rid of ants in their house. Tons of comments. One fellow Redditor suggested maybe there were no ants, that they were hallucinations due to carbon monoxide poisoning. Original post had his house tested and turns out there were, in fact, no ants and he was hallucinating them due to carbon monoxide poisoning. Reddit link. Till carbon monoxide can make you see ants. Believe I saw it on Reddit, an IT tech related post. Guy starts a new job as a system admin, no other IT at the place. Previous admin had been there for just about effing forever and left behind some documentation, but not enough to make the job easy. The guy finds a note from the previous tech with a few miscellaneous tips, and then says if there is a critical emergency and everything else has failed, there is a box in the server room behind the switch, open only as a last resort. Guy is there for a few years, metaphorical fires get fixed, he learns the tricks of the place, but one day the server doesn't boot, tries everything, can't get it to work, all the files are there, the company can't function, actual fires are about to start. Guy freaks out and remembers the emergency box and figures now should be an emergency and figures maybe the guy left access info to off-site backups or tape drives or some sort of disaster recovery and goes into the server room. Behind the switch is a box, pulls it out and opens it to find a bottle of tequila. I need the link to this one. This is amazing. I strangely found, but I'm not thinking this is the one user Arcton Iowa was referring to. Web link. Reddit link. Reminds me of an old story. The former president gives the new president 3 boxes and asks him to open one each time he is in a major crisis. When faced with his first crisis, he opens the first box and it says blame it on the previous administration. When faced with his second crisis, he opens the second box and it says blame it on the opposition. When faced with his third crisis, at almost the end of his term, he opens the third box and it says remake these 3 boxes and give them to your successor. I still love the r/shower thoughts post. Going waterboarding in Guantanamo Bay sounds like a great time if you don't know what either of those things are. Reddit link. I love this. I can't find the post, but it was a man whose son was born evil. They knew it right away, born in the 70s, I believe. When he, the son, was older, he tried to kill his baby sister, or something? And the mom started to beat him up. The dad left the room and waited until she stopped. She came out 20 minutes later and he said, "Is he dead?" She said, "My God, I hope so." They locked themselves downstairs for 2 weeks, listening to him move around a little bit here and there. After 2 weeks he left and they never saw him again. Edit. Web link. That was chilling. I worked 1 year with a student that sounds like that man's son. Random attacks out of nowhere. No smiles that weren't malicious. Graphic depictions of what he was going to do to me that went way beyond what a child like him should be able to envision. He was a first grader. Talked about the different ways his pets died, but looking nearly cheerful about it. I was injured several times that year. To this day I tense when I hear his name or anyone speak in the same distinctive sounding speech pattern he had. Think Hannibal Lecter with the ebbs and flows that are just a little jarring. I once ran into him at a grocery store and still won't go there. I'm afraid he's going to recognize my car even though I haven't seen him in 3 years. I was put on him because I was the only one who could keep him even a little bit in line, and that was only because I was willing to give him exactly 0 strikes. It was exhausting and I was seriously relieved when I got a different job. I've worked with kids who are a handful before. If you work with them close enough you usually figure out what triggering their behavior, problems at home, trying to fit in with the crowd, etc. Even if you didn't know, it usually became obvious when something was about to trigger them. You figured out Bobby clicks his tongue when he silent reads and Jake can't stand it and expressed his frustrations through slamming his hand on Bobby's desk and telling him to STFU. You make sure Bobby and Jake sit nowhere near each other and maybe invest in a white noise machine, and you can work on figuring out that Jake's dad just left them. But not this kid. We could never find a trigger, a scenario outside school, nothing. We had experts come in to look at him and he'd suddenly be the most charming child on the planet, but before they made it to the parking lot he'd be trying to bite us. We begged his parents to try to take him to a therapist or a doctor, but they just kept trying to change his diet. If this kid grows into a serial killer I would not be shocked in the slightest. I occasionally Google his name just to see if anything had happened with him. I tried really hard to find the original post, but I couldn't find it anymore. It was a post in r/mi the butthole where an Uber driver drove a girl to a restaurant where she was meeting her boyfriend. Before he dropped her off, he gave her a respectful comment, nothing inappropriate and without any bad intentions. He was asking if he was the butthole and the answer was no. The best part happened in the comments section where somebody asked if he was living in a specific city. He replied a little freaked out with yes. Turned out it was the stranger cousin that he gave the compliment to. After he dropped her off at the restaurant, she went inside to meet her boyfriend. However, it wasn't a nice night because he broke up with her. She told her cousin that the compliment that her Uber driver gave her some comfort or made her happy or something like that. The girl and the Uber driver then contacted each other through the cousin. I don't know what happened afterwards, but if somebody knows this post, I will give you a virtual hug if you could link it. Is it? Web link. Some people are skilled at finding old posts, huh? He is Sherlock, you know. The story of user Jason in hell is one of the saddest stories that I have read on the internet. If you guys don't know the story, user Jason in hell was a fellow Reddit user that posted his story regarding his wife's cheating with his neighbor on r/relationship_advice. r/relationship_advice told him that he will be better off divorcing his wife than to deal with her. A few days later he posts something on r/legaladvice to see how he can secure custody of his 2 children during the divorce. His wife, named Brandy Worley, found the r/legaladvice thread. The same day she found the Reddit post, she kills both kids to spite her soon-to-be ex-husband. Brandy then calls 911 telling the operator that she stabbed herself and her 2 children because her husband was divorcing her. The call was recorded with Brandy showing no remorse or emotion during the call. This whole situation was unfolding live on Reddit and 4chan. Brandy was given 120 years in prison with the jury saying she doesn't regret her decision not one bit. YouTube link. Reddit link. Holy crap, that was much worse than I expected. What the F does not even begin to describe this. This is so effing sad. I swear this thread is filled with heartbreaking stories. Is the first post he made about it, going into detail about how he caught her cheating and such. She made him apologize to her and the neighbor she cheated on him with, because she dragged the kids through hell. It's a horrible post to read, especially if you know what happened after. Web link. This 14-year-old kid in a not suitable for work post when asked what he was doing there, and he replied, "I don't go to work." I mean, they're not wrong. This is what the comment reply was. That one Redditor that spent his entire grandmother's inheritance on a Twitch streamer, thinking they were going to get married. Edit. I am providing the link since so many people are interested. Full disclaimer, I had to close my laptop from cringing so hard the first time I read it. You've been warned. Web link. PSA, the first comment is the transcription. Scroll down instead of trying to read the blurry image. I found you after I needed you. There is cringe and then there is this. F. And there at the end I thought he was wrapping up with a lesson learned on how to interact/read people. I want to go 5 minutes back in time and make a better choice about clicking this link. There was an r/AskReddit thread that said, "What do you think nobody in the world is doing right now?" Top comment was masturbating to me. Top reply was just rubbed one out for ya. Godspeed sir. Edit. Web link. Reddit link. So a while back there was a post I think on r/InsanePeople Facebook of a woman looking for a bus to hold 60 people for a church function and was so effing hostile and rude about it. In one post she says next, and for months on Reddit people were always saying next to everything, but it seemed nobody besides me remembers this and I can't find the post. Edit. Okay, so apparently I'm not the only one who remembers this. Wish it would make a comeback. Reddit link. Everyone remembers this. Next. IT's for a church, honey. Next. The story of /user Spontaneous. It's shocking how little it took for him to turn into a full-blown heroin addict, but the documentation of their spiral was more convincing than any dare program I could have thought of. Reddit link. Ooh, I know this one. I just saw it a few days ago and my god. It is a roller coaster. The man whose girlfriend buried his canned beans in the woods. Edit. Folks have posted it down the chain, but. Web link. My favorite response to that story is the guy with the metal detector who says, "I'll find those effing beans. I will not jeopardize the beans." Go to r/metal detecting and see if there is anyone in your area. DM me if you're near Denver. I'll find those effing beans. Reddit link. This story, and the follow-up posts, a very interesting, funny, well-told story, then it takes a turn. Warning, emotions. Web link. I've not seen that one before. It's a post of epic proportions, but that ending is a real punch to the gut. As soon as I saw the first reply from the wife, my stomach dropped. And now here I am, crying over a British man I never met. And the stories she's told about him when answering comments. It's heartbreaking. Holy sweet Jesus. I had read the original post years ago. But I hadn't seen any of the updates. Wow. Wow. I watched the Woody Harrelson I'm Here to Talk About Rampart AMA debacle happen in real time. I think it's one of the only times I ever actually participated in an AMA as it was happening rather than reading the whole thing later. It was magical. The description of how rabies kills you. Edit. Link edit again. Just want to credit that original poster with /user hotdoggin. Web link. Reddit link. All those "I'm never going out again" comments are hitting differently in 2020. God, yes, that left a serious impression on me. It made me really question all the stray dogs I enjoyed petting and feeding on my trip to India. Not so r/IU anymore. Reddit link. The man who attempted to throw his steak out the window. His wife followed up with her version a little later. Edit. Thanks for the golden awards. Link. Edit. Thanks for the gold. Web link. Sometimes I read these if I'm having a bad day and they make me happy. That and the potato post. Edit. Potato post. Web link. Between steak and potatoes I'm crying laughing. I remember some guy asked Reddit what movie really made an impact on their life, and some guy said Paul Blart, Mall Cop, and somehow every post from that point on would end up relating to Paul Blart. Even made some leaks into other threads. Wait, that's what that was about? I remember seeing Paul Blart, Mall Cop on the most random posts laughing my butt off. A recent one, but that 40-something-year-old guy who bought like 5 Peloton bikes to give to the family of his 21-year-old Eastern European wife because they told him it was tradition in their country. Excuse me, what? It's been deleted, but here's the removed it link. Edit. Just to add the context, the user was banned from the subreddit for this post and is likely a troll. Web link. There was a post about how a guy closed an elevator door on a dad and son who were trying to make it. The guy thought he was pressing the open button, so he smiled at them the entire time it closed on them. Edit. My god, rip my inbox Reddit, cringe, I closed the elevator door on a toddler and his dad. Here's the original post, I believe. Web link. The image of this is hilarious. Edit user mobile 1502, as the original guy on this, thanks for the laughs. Reddit link. There was a post a month or so ago about a girl whose boyfriend kept telling her she smells bad no matter how undeniably good she smelled. Finally, he admitted that he was just telling her she smelled bad to keep her self-esteem low enough she wouldn't leave him. Then she immediately dumped him. Saddest part is he probably only learned not to admit it next time. What's worse is the boyfriend admitted that his own father was the one who taught him to keep putting down a partner so they'd never leave. Yeah, like a sick cycle of abuse. The dude who had a girlfriend that struggled to quit smoking, so he decided to take up smoking for a month just so he could show her how easy it is to quit if you are totally dedicated to quitting. He still smokes 10 years later. She quit a long time ago. Edit. Web link. Reminds me of the Redditor and then became addicted. Web link. That story is the reason I will never try any hard drugs. Did somebody get addicted to crack? Charlie and Mac edit. Wow. My first ever gold. Thank you, kind stranger. I also want to thank you _random account _ for propelling me to even further fortune and fame. Reddit link. This post where the comments are edited to make original posts look really weird. Funny. Web link. Love that one. The r/legal advice saga where the anti-Semitic boss and the Jewish woman who worked for her both posted separately about the same incident and finally put 2 and 2 together. Reddit link. This is the one where the Redditors put it together. /user Grau pointed out. Web link. Reddit link. I love watching LA threads that slowly turn on the original post as they figure out which one's actually in the wrong. Hate to break it to you, but I think you're an anti-Semite. The guy who thought his landlord was stalking him and leaving notes in his apartment, only to find out that he was actually suffering from carbon monoxide poisoning. Web link. There's another one out there where a girl thought her boyfriend was drugging her because she was blacking out and she kept finding little red bumps on her skin, but she really had bedbugs and they were making her so sick she would lose huge gaps of time. Edit. I haven't seen that thread since, but apparently it was fake or something. Y'all can look into it for yourselves. I'm not your maid. I remember that one. That one was wild. Sounded like a movie script. The guy asking for relationship advice because his socks keep disappearing until he finds out his girlfriend is cleaning her crap with it. Crap hits the fan. Original post talks to her sister only to find out sister knows and is now mad at original post for being weirded out by it all. I think they are done, which is sad. Original post was thinking about marrying the poop sock chick. Edit. Found the link. I was thinking way too complicated with my keywords. Web link. She was cleaning her actual poop? With his socks? She was wiping herself with the socks, yes. Some guy in r/unpopular opinion says that wearing socks in the shower feels great. Reddit link. An actual unpopular opinion. The effing lunatic. I think I also saw one about how they liked when washing their hands and water went down their sleeves. Safe to say that person is going to hell. What? That is the first genuinely unpopular opinion that I have ever seen associated with that sub. That person is a monster wearing human skin. The post where someone said that their Reddit turned Spanish and everyone replied in Spanish. Web link. I know Spanish and the comments are an absolute show of who can say the most random crap. The most upvoted are a quote from the TV show Community. He did not expect the Spanish Inquisition. Thank you for watching. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube. And share them with your friends. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. We welcome your comments below. Another of our videos will begin shortly.